Good morning, everybody. Welcome to books that every young adult should read no matter what. So, these are just some young adult teenage books that I've read that I thought were really good. There's the obvious ones that you can think of, like, every kid is probably going to read The Hunger Games or Divergent or whatever, because those are super popular. Everybody knows them. Here are some books that are probably popular, but maybe not so popular that every teenager has heard of them. And they're adorable. Some of them are romance, some of them are not, but they're all wonderful. So the first author I want to talk about is Sundhya Menon. She wrote When Dimple Met Rishi, There's Something About Sweetie, 10 Things I Hate About Pinky, and her books are really sweet, cute, adorable teenage books that I think show off a lot of the emotions that teenagers experience and a lot of the angst that can come along with maybe liking somebody and you're not sure they like you back, and you're a teenager and you're nervous and you're like, what do? I think I'm gonna throw up, But anyway, she does a really good job of writing cute books for teenagers that are a lot of fun and well written. Another author I love is Maureen Goo. Her books are just sweet, cute. My favorite one was probably the one about the girl and her friend who helped her dad run their food truck. And I can't remember which one that was, but it was really adorable. Some other books for young adults that I would absolutely recommend without even batting an eye. Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert, because Talia Hibbert is adorable. Her books are so cute. Seriously, I've read several of her adult books and they're amazing. And you teenagers, when you become adults and you're old enough to read adult romances, check out her adult books too. And for all of you parents, well, you can read the Talia Hibbert grown-up books and recommend Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute to your children. Let's Talk About Love by Kahn. Oh, adorable. It's got asexual rep in it, so that's a good thing. So if you have a child who either is asexual or wants to learn about what it is to be asexual and the possibility of dating, if you're open to that, this is a book that could be a good learning experience for teenagers. Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. Zombies. You have to read it. These girls, it's amazing. I might have to re-review this book because I loved it so much. It's a book that young adults, like teenagers, will love as well as their parents. So it's a book that your parents, if you're parents, you could read it with your kids. If you're a teenager, you could ask your parents, hey, want to read this book with me? Somebody said it was really awesome. And it is. I mean, it's zombie. Come on, it's zombies. It's zombies. Come on. So the next one is a necessary read, I think. I think my niece read it when she was 12 and she's almost 16 now. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I think that including this book along with nonfiction books about racism, about the lives of Black people in the U.S. and outside of the U.S., reading reading books that may have been written for adults but have a teenage companion book with them that tackle the nonfiction side of racism, of the Black community in the United States, why they're targeted, how we can stand up and ally with Black people. I think The Hate You Give is a good starter for that kind of conversation about how white people can step up and do more to dismantle white supremacy, to dismantle our feelings about racism. And that's a whole nother topic that we could dive into in one long big video about about the books that exist that can help you get started on this type of work that needs to be done. But maybe if you're interested, we could come up with some books together and create a big video about dismantling white supremacy, continuing the education of true Black history in the United States, and hopefully convincing more and more people that white supremacy is something that needs to be taken down. But in the meantime, start with The Hate You Give. Parents, read it too. Talk about it with your kids. Find out what your feelings are on this book. Watch the movie. Discuss these things, because if you're scared to talk about racism, if you're scared to talk about white supremacy, if you're scared to talk about how Black people are targeted way more unfairly than white people in this country, you're just not really going to be able to explain those things effectively to your kids. And they're going to pick up on, if you have biases, they'll pick up on that, and it'll just continue. You have to look at your own biases too. And I think starting with discussing books like The Hate You Give and nonfiction books as well can be a good way to get into those discussions. The last two books are by Faridah Àbíké-Íyímídé. They are Ace of Spades and Where Sleeping Girls Lie. When I tell you, I love these books so much. Like, I have my friend Sarah and we just go back and forth every time that Faridah's coming out with a new book. We're like, Sarah, read it. Maggie, read it. Like, we got it. We're good. These books are so good. They're mysteries. They are well written. They have a lot of tension. They are so good. So if you are a teenager or an adult who wants to talk with your teenager about these really amazing books, please do it. Do it. And if there are any other books that you would recommend without even thinking to teenagers, either your own or in general, post them in the comments. I'd love to hear what all of you have to say. But in the meantime, have a great day.